welcome back. Last episode, we got through the overgrown ruins. You killed Frike, congratulations. And if you died, you know, it happens. This game, there's lots of dying in this game. So this is the Crimson Wastes. This area is gonna feel a little more daunting because it's just huge when you first go out those doors. Don't be afraid. It'll get better, I promise. And from here, I wanted to show you guys or explain to you guys how to do the DMJ jump. I think it's very useful to have in your pocket as far as getting out of sticky situations, and I can't recommend it enough. So the dash button, which is on our L1 by now, hopefully you did that as well. So you got your dash, and now we have the sword for melee, and then our jump. Basically, you want to dash, melee, jump in that order, but obviously closer together, so dash, melee, jump. Basically, I hit L1 and then I'll smack square and X at the same time, essentially. And there you have it. Got yourself a nice long jump. You'll do that a lot, where you'll just dash and use your sword really quick. But there is that. I definitely recommend getting a handle of that, because it will help. I use it a lot, as you'll see. I'm also going to streamline these videos a little more. I think 30 minutes for the first one was appropriate for new players. But now, I don't think that'll really fly. It might be too long. So either way, let's go into the world and explore the Crimson Wastes. Get your stuff. Don't forget to come up here. There's going to be something up here too. So essentially, now, before I get into that, let's just get outside. So here we are. Here's the Crimson Waste. So anyways, that's a good point. If you're trying to follow along, like, if you're following along to a T, do not try that, as the map will be different from yours, most likely. This map will change. It's not like R&D or anything. It's not like procedural generated, but I do know that there's different maps for each biome that rotate or be, chosen randomly or whatever. So just keep that in mind. Your map's probably gonna be different than mine. No big deal. And since we're here, before I get into all the fun, let's go check out our astronaut friend. Hey, there he is. There's a little Easter egg for you. He does nothing. He's harmless. He just hangs out, but I think it's kind of a cool little Easter egg. I've actually climbed up there, and he's gone. You look away, he's gone. I've actually climbed up there and tried to get him. You can't, so don't try. He just kind of exists. So this is the Crimson Waste, and as I said before, don't be overwhelmed. It looks a lot bigger than it really is. I know the overgrown ruins, the first biome, was pretty pretty hand-feedy in terms of where to go, because everything is just there. And here you walk out to an open world, so maybe a little overwhelming. Don't fret, it'll be fine. And if you guys didn't realize, I'm always looking at the map. I recommend looking at the map as much as possible. It'll show you where enemies are if you've seen them. Okay, so this is another player who has fallen. I'm gonna watch and see what happens. See what happens to this poor Astra Scout. And she got by something. Now you'll have an option. You can scavenge this poor soul for 3 ether, or you can avenge. We're going to avenge to earn the ether, and it's just a nice thing to do. You'll be treated with the enemy that's killed them. Watch out for those red arrows. Don't get touched by those. They are malfunctions, and you don't want those. You don't want to give those to them for free. It feels like most of the time when you do these, when you avenge, the enemies are harder than the biome itself. Like, we're not gonna fight another enemy like this in this biome, this difficult. At least not the squid thing. There you go, and it's dead, done, taken care of. You get a bunch of money, you get the 4 ether, and some stuff. So if you're feeling up for it, I recommend avenging your fellow Astra Scouts when you can. Oh, and also, before I get too far ahead of myself, there was a great comment talking about some settings. So we switched our L1 to jump, hopefully, or dash, excuse me, hopefully you change that as well. But aim assist high is good. It's usually on medium. I'd switch that up to high if you're new to FPSs or just this game in general. To sprint, always sprint. Someone mentioned that, and I didn't even play like that, but I've been using it, and it's a lot nicer, and it'll save your joysticks. The UI here, I have dynamic HUD off, just because everything's shaking, and it looks really nice, but it can be distracting, so I guess that's personal preference. But all these things obviously are personal preference as well. But I would change the sprint to auto sprint, it'll be much easier. Okay, so for tips on the big doggo here, melee. Don't be afraid to beat him with your sword. It'll stagger him and make it a lot easier. He's not as intimidating as he looks. This guy as well. And sometimes even your gun will stagger him. Just don't be scared. My best piece of advice. So we can't go in there, and this wall just means your dash gets disabled. You're supposed to be able to, you know, time all that when you run through. But we cannot go in this. So if you see this and you're like, why can't I go in there? Just know that you can't yet because the suit doesn't have the correct technology on it. It will hurt real bad. Just a little FYI there. There's... Whoa, hey, that was random. What's up, little squid? So, I want that money. There's a big squid over here. I'm trying to just kind of get him over to me without having to chase him. There we go. Those come a lot quicker than they look like, so just heads up on that. But I want to fight this guy in open, just so I can see. Yeah, see how fast? It doesn't look like it's coming that quickly, but it really is. My best advice is to have these guys in the open, just so you're not surprise attacked by any random little orb. Because you could be hiding behind a wall, and he's just gonna come out, and like these orbs are gonna come at you randomly. So my best advice, at least personal preference for me, is to just be in the open. You can always run the cover if need be. All right, so in we go to the scary pyramid. Yeah, that's random. Hey now. What is that? Oh, I'm okay with what I have. Alright, so here we'll meet an alien. He seems a lot tougher than he really is. You just have to make sure you pay attention to his movement. Like right now he's trying to get on me to melee me. That little ribbon is your biggest indicator that he's coming for you. He moves a lot, and he's a lot scarier looking than he is to fight. My biggest recommendation for this area, and just like any real area or biome, is just to take your time. You know, it's not a race. You don't have to be the first one to get there. Just take your time. Don't take any unnecessary damage like I just did a second ago. And you see a lot of these little orange points on the map, or on the environment here. You will eventually be able to access all that. So that's why I say explore a lot now, just because you will have to come back if you want to unlock everything. You're gonna have to come back to find all the secrets and all that stuff. I don't think. Oh, that's not an enemy. So there are certain parts of the map that you just can't access yet. So there's no point in trying to rush through everything and try to grab everything. Just make a note mentally, because you may see this map again, like, or you know, this map layout, I guess, again. And then you can go, hey, I know all this. So I'm not gonna unlock any other traits. So I'm just gonna keep the one I have now because I like the blast shell better. All right, we actually lucked out and found the fabled data cube. So this is gonna be for the silver lattice. So once we beat IXION, the second boss, you will have the option of throwing that data cube into the little thingy. And the silver lattice is a really nice artifact. It allows you to not be slowed down by certain, like the green creatures, for example. If you get stuck in the little web of goo they throw, you won't slow down. You'll just walk normal. So it's a pretty strong artifact. So now here is like, I'm gonna do protection. If you ever come up to one of these, I recommend always protection, because you're gonna get health through playing the game regardless. So that's just a nice little tip there for you. So here's one of those rooms, optional. I recommend doing it because it's good practice and you can get some really good gear for the ensuing boss fight. It can be very treacherous though. Oh, hello. Don't be afraid to melee those guys. Okay, gee. Oh, I didn't even know that was there. I need to be a little more cognizant of my surroundings, apparently. Movement is the name of the game here. We got an alien. Yeah, he's moving. Better. I'll try to take these guys out first, because I just don't like the random orbs coming from the sky when I'm dealing with an alien. I got stuck on a wall. I got really lucky there. guy above me there. Just make sure you keep an eye on the alien guy if you're doing that. He tried to get me, got there. Watch the ribbon. Oh, he actually got me there. Go for the melee, miss. Get him in the weak spot. He'll go down very quickly. There we go, we got him. Okay, so now we're gonna have some more stuff. I'm gonna assume the turtles. Yeah. Oh, and an alien? Okay, so advice on this is just to take out whoever you can first, I guess. He's gonna try to melee me. But always, you kind of always have to keep your eye on that guy because he has those really sporadic movements. Okay, he's done. Okay, so now we can focus on the turtle here. You have to try to get his weak spot as good as possible because he's got armor. He's staggered, but there we go. And watch for the stagger and try to get in front of him as much as possible because it's really hard to get him from those angles, obviously. And just make sure you pay attention to when he gets staggered. That's the easy time to hit him. Whoops. Okay, we got him. Is there more? No, I think we did it. Okay, cool. Oh, nice, the void beam. And I'm working on armor piercing, so that's a plus. When you trade up weapons like that, just make sure you're paying attention to the traits you're trying to unlock. This one, the last gun I had, already had the traits, the 2 traits unlocked. I just wanted to use it just because I like it. And now this other one is the void beam, so I like this alternate fire better. And I'm also unlocking armor piercing as well as just using it in general. So just make sure you pay attention to that. All right, so this is going to be a room you're going to see from here on out, basically, before a boss fight. For the most part, you know, this is why I say save your obolites so you can buy stuff if you need it. Like over here, integrity augment would be nice to have. I could get that, but let's check these out. I'm going to set a good example here for new people. I'm going to say just get the health. Because this next boss, you're most likely going to need it. I mean, I'm most likely going to need it. This boss is nuts. It took me forever the first time to beat him. So they're going to really load you up with enemies here. Trying to weaken you up for the boss. Don't let them. You know? Make an example out of them. Get wrecked. That's what you get. Oh yeah, and of course, alien. I mean, technically, I guess they're all aliens. We'll call him an alien warrior, though. Void Beam takes care of him pretty quickly. Another little bonus optional room. Hey, look at that. So typically, before each boss, you're going to have some crazy nonsense like this. There's even more crazier stuff in the future, so just be ready for it. That guy is trying to... Oh, yep, I got tricked. He's making me feel bad. Oh, that was really fast. Okay. It's enough, sir. Luckily for us, there's always at least one of these in these rooms. Thank goodness, because that was going to be unfortunate to have to go into a boss fight. There's another one somewhere, right? It's up top. I'm full now, and I won't be able to use it for extra armor or anything, so it is what it is. Yeah, I don't think I can get to it. But that's okay. Now we climb up higher. If you've made it this far, awesome. It's not an easy area by any means, especially for new players. I mean, for me, it's still not even easy. Okay, so we're at the top.
I finally summited. The energy signature is right here.
Okay, now here's where I was talking about guns. We're always gonna have like a pistol right here. Blast shell. I'm not gonna use that. This guy, just be prepared. You're probably gonna die a few times. I have an astronaut token, so hopefully I can succumb this man again, or bird, whatever you want to call him. But yeah, let's go.
Encountered airborne fauna.
So in terms of tips for this guy, just be aware of his moves. So he flies back and forth a couple times. He's gonna keep doing that for the most part until he gets sick of you. Ow. Okay, I'm gonna take that and hit him with the void beam. I recommend having an alternate fire that's easy to use, like the void beam is super easy. Okay, so you'll keep doing this until the first phase is over. There's the first phase. And now this is, yeah. So he's gonna jump in the air, he's gonna slam down. Can't even really do much to him. Yeah. And then he just kind of goes into, you know, this interesting, crazy, cool cinematic mode. Just watch where you're shooting. That's all I can really say. He's gonna come and try to do a flyby here. Dash through that stuff. Don't try to shoot him when he's doing this airborne crap, because you're just gonna mess up. I just recommend just dodging these. Okay, now we gotta find where he's going. We have void beam ready to use, so I'm gonna use it here. I'm just gonna take the damage because I have the health potions or whatever. You know, fairly straightforward stuff. Just try not to take any, like me, take any unnecessary damage during the easier phases. And I do say 1 and 2 are the easier phases of this guy. The last phase is actually nuts, and I don't know how many times I've died to this man. Yep, just dodge that. He's gonna come in a lot quicker than you expect. Just don't try to shoot him there. Shoot him in between those moves, and there we go. All right, here comes phase 3. He's an angry bird now. So wait till his health bar. There you go, now you can go. If you can use your alternate fire right there, go for it. It's kind of hard to see, so just be aware of that. You can keep firing when he's doing this. He's gonna melee now. Yep, and then there's always a ring afterwards. You gotta really prepare for that. Oops. And I don't recommend jumping as much as I do. I jump way too much. I should just use the dash and just learn how to use it correctly. Back and forth. Yep, that ring always gets me. He becomes a mad lad. And now he's gonna Dragon Ball us here. Just do your best to avoid that stuff. Watch the ring. And it got me there. Dang it. Might be able to get him right here. I'm gonna use my other health. And there we go. There's IXION.
Dispatched. Something exalted.
Now I gotta tell you, that went a lot better than I thought it was going to. I really thought I was gonna have a lot of trouble with him. The first time I played, I could not kill that man. Or the bird. I could not kill the bird. So don't get frustrated if you die. Just try to have the astronaut figurine, as well as find that little spot where it'll, you know, for the ether you can respawn there. If you're saving your ether up, then you should be able to use that.
Found more xenotypes.
So now, as you can tell, we have the grapple. It's a very, very good tool to have. Obviously, you've seen all of these points throughout all the places that we could not go. So now we can go there.
Remains uncompromised.
So at that point, I would recommend going back to like the Overgrown Ruins and just finding all the points where you couldn't go before and just go and get them. It'll make you a lot more powerful for the next biomes to come, because obviously there was resin and film and stuff you couldn't get to. So here's our data cube. We're going to go and put that in. And now we have unlocked the silver lattice, which is very useful to have. We are immune to slowdown effects, which will be very handy for the next couple biomes. Go ahead and come back down here. And now we come to here, and you are on.
Teleportation gateway. Destination unclear.
I am pretty sure it is the Dialect Citadel, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go ahead and check it out just before I end the video. And it is. This place is the worst. So just prepare yourself before coming here. Go back and get more health if you need to, and all that fun stuff. Either way, thank you very much for joining me. I hope this all helped. If it did, leave a comment down below, leave a like, all that fun stuff. I'll talk to you guys in the next one.